Hi, I'm Laura Brandenburg from Bridging the Gap, and we provide online training and certification programs to business analysts looking to start and succeed in their business analyst careers. And if you find yourself in a business analyst role on an information technology project, it's likely that at some point you will need to create a functional specification or functional requirements. And these can take a lot of different forms depending on the methodology in place in your organization. And so what is a functional specification, right? And why do you create one? And perhaps most importantly, what goes into a document like this? That's what we're going to cover in today's video. Because the purpose of a functional specification is to define the requirements to be implemented by the software solution. Now, as business analysts, not all aspects of the solution that we define are necessarily software-based. A perfectly legitimate solution to a business problem can be to just make a change to the business process, or a change to the organization, or even a configuration adjustment. But so much of business today is directly supported by information technology systems. And many times solving a problem, a business problem, means upgrading or building new software or implementing a commercial off-the-shelf system or adjusting how that system is set up for your organization. And that often means specifying functional requirements. So depending on your methodology and the business analysis practices in place in your organization, a functional specification can come in a variety of different formats. So a few of the more common formats are a functional requirements document, a system requirement specification, a business requirements document, which despite its name often includes business requirements, but also functional software requirements. Use cases and user stories, which is what we teach at Bridging the Gap, along with wireframes, which are the corresponding visual model that shows what the software solution could look like. Now, whatever template is in place in your organization, the purpose of functional specifications or the purpose of functional requirements is to capture exactly what the software needs to do to support a business user. So you want to be getting to that detail of what does this software need to be doing? And that is a functional requirement. That's the purpose of the functional specification. Often that specification is reviewed and approved by both a business stakeholder or multiple business stakeholders, along with a technical stakeholder or multiple technical stakeholders. And the business users are reviewing to confirm that, yes, this is what I really want the system to do. And the technical users are confirming that, yes, these requirements are feasible, implementable, and testable. So the functional spec, just to really kind of bring this into the big picture, is where the business meets IT, where you actually bridge the gap. Now, and there are other documents, again, like business process models and business needs assessments that might be primarily reviewed by business stakeholders. And there are other technical documents like design specifications or test documents that are primarily reviewed by business analysts, quality assurance professionals, and technical stakeholders. But it's that functional spec that really sits in the middle and holds everything and everyone together, that creates alignment between business and IT. Now, early in my career, I tended to create big 50-plus page software requirement specifications, which included information about the project, the team, the open issues, the environment, assumptions, dependencies, constraints, key dates, business model, data requirements, and then finally the functional requirements. And I'm going to show you some examples of functional specifications in just a minute, but I'm not going to show you that document because I don't use those documents anymore. I stopped using them quite soon or quite early in my career back in the early 2000s. And there are still organizations that use those big documents. There are still BAs that think they need a big document, that more is better. But my experience is that they were maybe thorough, but they were really heavy. Like not just heavy physically, but just heavy to review, heavy to approve. It took entirely too long to write. entirely too long to approve, and then we missed things anyways. And so they were not a great way to capture functional requirements. And as I matured as a business analyst, even quite early in my career, I started gravitating to a shorter scope document that consolidated kind of that overview aspect of the functional requirement specification, like why are we doing this project, what are the key objectives, who are involved, what are the key features, and then drilled into use cases for those detailed functional details. And then I've also been on agile projects where user stories were the preferred format. So whatever that format was, my focus was on creating alignment between what the business users wanted and what the system needed to do and what IT was prepared to build for them. And I know I've stressed that point a lot, but it's really important to have the why behind these documents in place, as opposed to this big template with a bunch of sections that you need to fill in. Okay, so I am going to share a few examples of a user story and a use case, but first let's just discuss those longer documents a bit more. So in a FRD, functional requirements document, SRS, software requirements document, or BRD, a business requirements document, functional requirements are typically listed as system shall statements. So you'll have like a list of system shalls, often organized in tables by feature with a priority identified for each. So for example, the system shall enable course participants to submit a question, or the system shall enable the course instructor to view all participant questions. Those would be individual functional requirements, system shall statements. Now I'm going to hop over and show you a use case. So here you can see a use case for logging in to a job board. So a use case is different than, it has the same level of functional requirements, but they're not system shall statements. So there's quite a few sections to this document, and actually there'll be a link below this video where you can go and download the template absolutely for free. So go to bridgingthegap.com/UC template and you can download this template. It also has a bunch of instructional text in it. But I'm going to walk you through this example. So we've got description, actors, preconditions as things that are true before the use case starts. In this case, we are looking at the login to job board use case. The key essential piece that I want to talk you through in this video is the basic flow. And so instead of having a requirement, say, of the system shall present a login form, we have that as a step in the use case here. So we have the user selects to begin to log into the system presents a login form, the user provides username and password, the user selects to submit, and the system validates that. Right, so and then it goes on a little bit further. The system shall requirements are essentially captured in these specific steps in the use case, and so it makes it really clear. This is where you bridge the gap between business and IT. What does the business user do, and how does the system, the technology implementation, the technology solution respond to that? What does the system need to do in response? And then you also, because nobody lives in a perfect world, right? You have alternate flows and exception flows. So what happens if somebody selects to remember me, or a username does not exist, like I put in my wrong username? How does the system handle that? Or what if there's an invalid password? And that's the essentials of a use case. And you might have dozens of these for a project. So now let's look at a user story example. So in this case, we're taking just that alternate flow of a username doesn't exist, and we have a user story for it. So a user story is typically a more granular piece of functionality that can be implemented in a shorter period of time. And it really depends in terms of how big your stories are. It depends on a lot of the practices that are in place in your organization, as well as what standards are in place in terms of how big a user story should be for your technology team. But typically they are slices or pieces of a use case, because typically a user story should be implemented in a couple of days. But that guideline is going to be different depending on your organization. So in this case, I have the specification of, as a user, I can be notified that the username I provided does not exist. so that I can provide a different username or try again. And then we have a list here of all the specific acceptance criteria, the testable cases that would prove this to be true. And I'm actually going to just zoom this out a second. There we go. So you can actually read it, because I was looking at my other screen because I couldn't read it either. So these are written and given that or given then statements. There's lots of different ways to write acceptance criteria, but the idea here is that you're putting in the specific criteria, the specific test conditions that a tester would use to validate that this user story has been implemented correctly. And then I love wireframes. I think they're really useful in terms of showing what it might look like. Also great at getting buy-in. I create them alongside my use cases. They're useful to attach to a user story. And so here we just have a supporting document of a user story. Now, typically you are not going to create a PDF document like this. This was created for the sample that we provide in our certification program, the Business Analyst Blueprint, just to be able to show an example. But typically this would be in some sort of a requirements management or user story or agile methodology software management tool, and would be captured in whatever way that tool supports capturing it. But we don't, we're tool agnostic at Bridging the Gap, and so I just wanted to show you what the information that you would put in that tool might look like. Okay, so all of this to say, each way of capturing these functional requirements has pros and cons. System shall statements, they're really easy to track in requirements management systems, but they're really difficult to implement and test, as often you have this requirement without context. Use cases, they provide a great deal of context, which helps get the right functional requirements approved and implemented. But it's also really easy for the scope inside of a use case to expand. So you start adding alternate flows and extra steps and all, you get these bloated use cases. And then you wonder why pieces aren't getting implemented or the project is taking too long, right? And you also have this case where individual requirements might get lost in a larger use case document and just ignored completely. User stories are brilliant because they link together a business benefit why are we building this, to a functionality and to a user goal. And they're often at the right level of detail to really facilitate planning and prioritization. What's challenging about them is it can be easy to lose track of the big picture if you focus on user stories alone. And that's why we teach at Bridging the Gap use cases for use case thinking, as well as user stories, so that you have both approaches and both ways of thinking about the requirements. But in practice, the approach you choose will often be dictated by organizational standards. In the absence of standards, you get to define your own, and it's a good idea to start by asking the business and technical stakeholders what they'd like to see in a specification, as that can help you avoid a lot of issues down the line. So before we close, I just want to come back to this importance of use case thinking. I mentioned it a bit, and the reason that we teach use cases at Bridging the Gap. Because no matter what format you use to document your functional requirements, if it's one of the ones we discussed here or something else entirely, ensuring you get the right requirements requires use case thinking, often with corresponding wireframes that help you visualize what this might look like in a solution. But you can see they're quite hand-drawn, right? Not formal specification or formal wireframes or formal prototypes, I should say. And but what happens is when you start thinking in terms of the interchange of the user and the system, the user does this, the system does this, the user does this, the system does this, you are going to get to the right level of detail in your software requirements, and you will often discover requirements that will otherwise get missed. If you're only looking at a list of user stories, or you're only looking at a list of system shall statements, you're going to miss things because you're not thinking through that interaction. And the use case really encourages good analytical thinking. And so whether or not you write them, you will be thinking in them. And the best way to learn to think in use cases is to write use cases. And that's why we teach them as a core foundational skill as part of our certification programs at Bridging the Gap. And if you want to learn more about use cases again and get started right away, you can download my use case template absolutely free of charge below. Just use that link below, grab the use case template, and you can get started analyzing requirements and use cases and using this super, super powerful tool to make your functional specifications easier to create. And again, I always like to close with, we build our profession one business analyst at a time, and success starts with you. Thanks for being here.